Let's get into the reason we're all here, shall we? To talk about some movie, TV, entertainment news. We're going to start off with this. It used to be not that many years ago, that the idea of appearing in a comic book film was kind of seen as a last resort, bottom of the barrel for actors to do. Today, it's much more in style. Almost every major actor has done a role or is going to be doing a role in a comic book film. But it's also pretty interesting when you see somebody who's about to be nominated for Best Actress at the Academy Awards is saying they want to be in the new X-Men. And that's what happened here. You guys might have heard that Wicked star Cynthia Erivo, while she was on the red carpet at an awards ceremony, she was asked specifically about something she'd like to do next. And she specifically called out X-Men. She said this: "I really want to play Storm." Remember, this is a woman who's about to get a Best Actress at the Academy Awards nomination. Anyway, "I really want to play Storm. I know it sounds frivolous, but I don't think we've uncovered how grand she is and all of the inner turmoil that she has. So I think there's a world in which we could do something like that." Okay. Of course, Ray, before the show started, said, yeah, I could see Storm flying away and going, oh, like turning an X-Men into a musical or something like that. But I do want to comment on a couple of things here. One, it is not often during the award season and these actors and actresses who are getting the biggest, most major nominations, when confronted and say, like, what would you like to sink your teeth into next? Saying, I want to do a comic book movie. I want to do X-Men. I want to do Avengers, or I want to do Justice League, or something like that. Like, you don't often hear that. Because right now, Cynthia Erivo, the world is kind of just laid out in front of her right now, right? She's winning a bunch of awards. She's getting nominated for all of them. I don't think she's going to win the Oscar, but she's going to get nominated for Best Actress. And she can really, at this point, call out anything. She can call out any project she's got on her heart. Anything she wants to do, she can call that out right now. And she's got a pretty decent chance of getting it. So I think it speaks a lot about where the genre is as a whole, that, the upcoming Best Actress nominated actress is calling out, oh, what do I want to do next? I want to do X-Men. I want to be Storm. Now, let me talk for a second about her comments here. When she says, I think there's a lot to uncover about how grand she is in her inner turmoil. I do want to remind her that she won't be writing a new X-Men movie, right? So it's like, what you're talking about here sounds like something you'd like to write. Mm-hmm. So maybe you can go and write that. There's that. How would I feel about a Cynthia Erivo starring as Storm? I think there's an age issue, because I think they're going to be skewing a little bit younger for the X-Men. If not, then that's not a problem.
Unless she's one of the elder,
Yeah, maybe they're going to create, I have a feeling they're going to be getting to the original X-Men, but maybe yes, maybe no. That's all fine. If they're not skewing younger, then that's perfectly fine. Then she's great. I have a feeling they're skewing younger, so maybe she's a little bit aged out of it. Guys, we want to take a second and thank a sponsor of today's video, Hungryroot. Grocery shopping used to be one of the biggest struggles. Between your busy schedule and wanting to eat healthier, it just feels impossible to stay on top of everything. But all that changes when you discover Hungryroot, the easiest way to eat healthy without the hassles. Hungryroot is like having your own personal grocery shopper. They take care of the weekly shopping for you, recommending healthy, high-quality groceries tailored to your tastes, nutritional preferences, and even health goals. They've got it all: smoothies, snacks for the kids, ready-to-eat meals, and even supplements. For me, Hungryroot is absolutely a game changer, guys. My health goals have become so much easier to stick to. I love how they personalize my cart every week and even get smart about my preferences as I go. It's honestly stress-free and so simple. You're gonna love Hungryroot as much as I do. Take advantage of this exclusive offer. For a limited time, get 40% off your first box, plus get a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/Campea and use the code Campea. That's hungryroot.com/Campea, using the code Campea to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. hungryroot.com/Campea, code Campea. I would also say this: anytime you add talent, it's a good thing. It would also bring a lot of eyeballs onto the new X-Men project, that you're going to get something like Cynthia Erivo, star of one of the hottest movies of the year, going to be one of the stars of one of the hottest movies next year, or this coming year, 2025, when Wicked 2 comes out. And she's about to get her name called out at the Academy Awards for being nominated for Best Actress. That's a good thing too. My only hesitations are, most of the stuff I've watched Cynthia Erivo in has either been in a smaller supporting capacity or in a musical. She clearly kills it when you give her a role in a musical. I mean, that's beyond question. That's not even up for debate. That's not a question. You're a moron if you don't recognize that. But I haven't seen, even though she's got a pretty long list of credits, I don't think I've seen her in enough. I mean, there was Harriet, but other than that, I don't think I've seen her in enough to know whether or not she can like carry that role. I'm going to go out on a limb right now and probably assume she can, but that's one of my little minor hesitations. My other hesitation comes from her ability to handle it. Because I think Wicked, while she's a huge star on stage, I don't think she's ever been as accustomed to having as much of the spotlight and as many cameras pointed at her as when she was about to star in Wicked. Mm-hmm. And we saw that pressure got to her when she had that huge freak out outbreak over the fact that somebody made a fan art.
There's going to be a lot of Marvel fan art, so she's got to get used to that.
She damn well better understand that if you want to play Storm, you think there was fan art for Wicked? Oh heavens. Oh no. You haven't seen anything yet. If you're Storm, you better be ready for that times 10,000. Everybody's going to be making fan art, right? So,
but they've already started apparently.
There you go. And they clearly have already started. So, I mean, now listen, I was perfectly fine with how she responded to that when she said, you know what? I should have called somebody and talked to somebody before reacting. Mm-hmm. It's like, that's the absolute 100% right answer. Because, I mean, she clearly let the pressure of the moment get to her. And I'm sure her experience with Wicked has probably conditioned her a little bit more. She's probably grown a little bit more of a thicker skin as a result of all the attention with Wicked and everything like that. But still, I wonder, because she didn't handle the pressure with Wicked all that wonderfully, and maybe she's learned from it, I just don't know how well she'd be able to handle the pressure and the attention and being put under a magnifying glass and everybody talking about her, some positively, some negatively, all that kind of stuff. Is she going to be able to handle that? Time will tell. Mm-hmm. Time will tell. She certainly did just go through the crucible with Wicked. And there's no replacing experience, and she just did get a pretty big lesson in that going through the Wicked stuff. So, I don't know. Now, then that brings us to the question of this. Could there actually be a possibility of her getting cast as Aurora? Well, I mean, maybe, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the situation, and she's about to be one of the most famous actresses in the world for the moment with the Academy Award nominations coming up. She's coming off of one of the most popular movies of the year in Wicked, gonna be in one of the most popular movies of the year with Wicked 2. And she's a tremendous talent.
And as prominent as Storm was in the Fox movies, I have a feeling Marvel, the importance of this character is times 10 in the MCU.
Well, I mean, because like even if you look in the comics with the Krakoa stuff and all that stuff, like Storm's prominence even in the comics has been growing a lot. Like, right. She's seen as like now as one of the beyond Omega level mutants and all that kind of, like, even Magneto. There's a great storyline where she actually went in to rescue Magneto from death and pull him out of the afterlife. Like, she's become, the character herself has become incredibly prominent in the comic books.
It feels like she does everything physically that Xavier can't do. Like, to mediate things. Like, she's the first one to actually, if there's like come to like negotiate and things like that. She's like the one that flies in and tries to
maybe, but I think there's a lot they can do there with that character and with her prominence in the comics and storylines and stuff like that. And even with her prominence in X-Men 97, I think there's probably an argument to be made here that Storm will probably be as a character more front and center to the X-Men than maybe she had been in the previous Fox iterations.
Oh, I definitely think
so. So you're going to need an actress who can really carry that.
Right.
So that's key.
And,
so we'll see how that all kind of turns out.
And in terms of the X-Men, they can that story could run really deep in terms of what's going on with society right now and things like that. So it's not just beyond all the laser eyes and like the controlling weather. There is like a deep story behind that.
Oh, absolutely. And X-Men 97 kind of proved that it can be more relevant today than it even has been in ages past, right? So it's going to be really interesting to see how this turns out. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Award-nominated actress Cynthia Erivo, star of Wicked, who's about to be nominated for an Oscar, is coming out and saying, yeah, my next movie that I really want to do, I want to be an X-Man. I think that speaks volumes about maybe where the anticipation level is for X-Men, but how would you feel if she actually got the role? Do you think maybe she's a little bit aged out of it at this point? Do you think it's something Kevin Feige would actually do? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.